Everybody, welcome to Storm Talk on this Monday, new week ahead. In fact, about to be a new month ahead as we flip the calendar from March over into April. So here are the outlooks the next 3 days. First off, the outlook today, general thunderstorms in the Panhandle of Florida. As we head into the day tomorrow, it shifts into the southern part of the country, and we get into a slight risk potential as you head into portions of Oklahoma and Texas, and then that expands even more as our first of two waves develops on the map as we head into Wednesday, and that'll lead into Thursday and Friday for us, and I'll explain in more detail how that is going to play out for us. Overall, today though, quiet day. We've got a few clouds outside, but I mean it's windy out, but it is gorgeous outside. Temperatures right now around 60 degrees, and a wider view shows just a few flat cumulus clouds located on the eastern part of the state, right up the mountains, kind of orographic lift taking place there. These are some very high-level clouds streaming across areas of the Wabash down into Paducah, Kentucky, but very quiet overhead. This system looks like it's going to pass to our north later on tonight and tomorrow. May keep our temperatures in check initially, but we're not expecting much moisture, just some brief cloud cover from that as it passes through, but it's going to be very moisture-starved, so very dry the next couple of days. Now, temperatures the next few days. We're going to see a warming trend. I think we'll hit 70 tomorrow. We'll be in the 70s as we into Wednesday, and then as we into Thursday, that'll be, and Friday, that'll be our stormy period. Now, here's the cool shot. Now, this looked a little more dramatic a few days ago. They would lock in for the Easter holiday. Now it looks like just a glancing blow of cool weather on Saturday. Then on Easter Sunday, it already begins to retreat and move on out. And as you look longer term into next week, you see how warmer air starts to really take over the nation's heartland. And we'll be on the edge of that, but it does look a little more active when it comes to warmth and spring-like weather as we get into the middle portion of April. And yes, that does mean thunderstorms. And of course, we can't see entirely yet a lot of detail on how Thunder of Louisville is going to play out. That's our next big event after this weekend. The 10-miler for Papa John's, and of course Easter. Right now, Thunder is a little too far out of the reach to get a lot of detail on it. But we'll watch it carefully because I know everybody has their plans already in place. Now, here's the setup for Thursday and Friday. And this is very similar still to what we were talking about when I was talking to you all on Friday when I was working. It's an area of low pressure. It's going to track to our north. As it does so, let me adjust the map a little better here so you guys can see a little closer. There we go. It's going to track across the north. As it does so, it is going to have a little bit of a tail with it. Not really a cold front, more of a boundary than anything that is going to sag behind it. So as we are early in the day Thursday, we're going to have a warm front. It'll pass through as that low is developing here across Iowa and then moving to the east. We're going to see temperatures surge Thursday. There could be some rain with that, so we're going to add a chance for rain, maybe some thunder. How quickly we get back into sunshine Thursday afternoon from the morning rain with the warm front determines our high for the day, but it does look to be much more of an unstable environment later Thursday, and we'll get into that in a second. But as that low passes by, again, it's going to drape that boundary over us. Now, here's the question. When it drapes that boundary, is it going to drape in this fashion, or is it going to sag all the way down into Kentucky, or does it stay further to the north? I think it's going to be in the middle of the road here. I think this is the most likely scenario for the boundary to lay out, which would put it through Ohio, southern Indiana, down to St. Louis. As that is happening, another low is going to be developing over portions of Kansas and Oklahoma. It is going to ride along that front, basically, and drag it to the east and head eastbound. This is the one for Friday. The low and the dragging front Thursday is the one heading off to the east here. Here's the issue we have. The low Thursday as it moves by doesn't have a lot of wind energy for us because the main core of that is, again, tracking to our north. Now, there may be some unstable winds aloft that are marginal. I'll show you that as the front, the boundary is close by, we'll have to watch for. But it is very unstable with this first wave. It's going to really pump in that warm air from that warm front that comes through Thursday morning. Now, the wind energy with the second low is stronger because the low tracks closer to us. But because it is close enough to us and that boundary is already laying here early Friday, that means we'll likely be cloudy, rainy, stormy. So when this system passes by, the best chance to get sunshine would be further south of the boundary, which would be south of Louisville into Tennessee. But here's the question we got to answer here. Is this correct? Is that boundary location right? Because if that low tracks just a little more to the north, and we do have a chance to get some sunshine in here as it moves through Friday, that will completely change the game for us and increase our storm potential for Friday afternoon and evening in the terms of severe weather. So Thursday, we've got the instability potential here. We don't have a lot of the wind energy because a lot of that tracks to the north. Friday, we've got the wind energy with the second low, but we may not have the instability because we may start off cloudy and rainy. So it's a give and take because you got to have all the ingredients line up for severe weather. So it's very iffy on both days. So I urge caution here. We'll have to fine tune the details on how that's going to play out when we get closer. We know it's going to be warm, but it does look wet and stormy. It's just going to be different times over that 48-hour period. And nailing it down into specifics and how strong they'll be, just can't do it yet because there's too many ifs. Having said that, here's the way it's looking. GFS, this is the warm front I was talking about Thursday morning. Again, it passes by, maybe some showers along it here. Better chance where that boundary is already forming across Illinois and Indiana. And as you see here, that boundary sags over us Thursday night and Friday. Thunderstorms, good bet. Heavy rain, good bet. Here's our new low. There it is developing. The tail end here, waiting to see where it's going to go. And the way it's looking out in the GFS, it's going to take that low and move it right over us. And you see what happens here. It's betting on the idea of thunderstorm action being more south and southeast of Louisville, where it's more unstable and general rain in the cooler side of things along with that path is. And as far as wind energy, now this is Thursday I'm pointing out first. Thursday, again, wind energy on the GFS. It's more concentrated closer to the low. It's got some wind energy along the boundary. The NAM can see out to Thursday now. Can't see Friday, but the NAM can see Thursday, and it has a better chance for some winds. It's got a little further south here on the track, but it is picking up a better chance for some wind potential, about 45 to even close to 50 knots above our heads, and that's decent enough for strong to severe weather to be produced, mainly north of us. But it's concentrating anyway a little better than what the GFS is doing. So this interesting trend there on the NAM. We'll see if that holds. As a consequence, it is showing, as well as the GFS, that 60-degree dew points will funnel their way in along the Ohio River. Anywhere in this gray shaded area, very unstable. Dew points, very rich. 60-degree dew points. It's got a humid atmosphere. Therefore, the capes are going to be high as well. This is where SBC will likely be drawing a lot of the outlooks. I think they already are for the Thursday, Friday time frame. This is the area they're focusing on because it's more unstable. They're a little iffy here because we don't know how rainy we're going to be in the cloud cover, but you can see the potential here for 1,000 capes Thursday afternoon in our southern counties. You see it cuts off dramatically here in Indiana. The reason why, the model is seeing it being more heavy rain throughout at least midday Thursday, and it bets on sunshine, say, Adair County southward. So you see what happens when you get sun to hit 60-degree dew points and the wind energy. You're going to have those capes of 1,000, if not 1,500, push more into southern Indiana and central Kentucky, and that is still a possibility for Thursday. But right now, again, the models are a little uncertain how rainy we will be throughout the day. Friday, again, the NAM can't see Friday, GFS can. You see the wind energy with that second low. It's a little more focused south. That's why we got to watch Friday carefully for that boundary. It keeps all the capes mainly to the south or instability as well, not in our area because that's where the best chance to get sunshine would be, and obviously more cloudy and rainy in Kentucky. So that's a setup. It's not much clearer than what it was really on Friday. That's not shocking because in severe weather prediction, you've got to get close to the event to really answer the questions of morning rain, morning clouds, the dew points, the tracks of the low pressure for wind energy, and determine your capes and instability. And timing. Is it going to be daylight timing, or is it going to be overnight when you usually have weaker instability? So all those are important questions. And right now we still have a lot of mixed details on how that could evolve for both waves Thursday and Friday. Either way, storms are likely and heavy rain toward the end of the week, so enjoy the next couple of days because they're going to be really nice outside. And Easter weekend doesn't look bad at all. In fact, Easter may actually hit 70. After a cool Saturday, Sunday looks really good. And then next week, we're going to get busy again with warmth and showers and storms. So hopefully that clears up somewhat. I know I can't answer all your questions. You've been asking already about Good Friday, how it's going to play out. All I can tell you at this point, storms are a good bet. We just can't determine if we're going to have them on the strong or severe side or whether it's going to be just an all-day rain event. And that's possible. All right, guys, that's it for right now. We'll see you today beginning at 5. Enjoy the nice weather.